Well, I can only echo that and tell you it's a really humbling experience to be here with you. I don't know if you know this outside of Burns, but you've been thrust into the international limelight. So, maybe we owe you an apology for that. Maybe we owe the Hamilton an apology for that. I came here, what was it, January 2nd? I was here. I came here to bring attention to the injustice happening to some of your neighbors. And I'm going to tell you that in my 20 years of law enforcement and most of my adult life in battling for freedom, I can just simply tell you one thing, that Dwight and Steve Hammond should not be in prison. And Susie should not be without her son and husband. And that's an absolute outrage and an injustice. And tonight, I'm going to ask this several times, so I might as well start with this. I want every public official in the state of Oregon and in this county to please answer me one little question. When an injustice occurs in your area, especially in your neighborhood and your community, who has the legal, lawful, constitutional, and moral responsibility to stop it?
The sheriff.
Please tell me. I want all of you to ask them that question, because I don't think anybody's answered that question yet. I want to know, in the United States of America and in Harney County, when an injustice occurs, who has the duty and responsibility to stop it?
The sheriff. The
sheriff. And in my book, I asked the question, the book that the good brother just had here in his hand. On the very first page, I quote Thomas Jefferson. He said, "When all government shall be drawn to Washington as the center of all power, it will render powerless the checks provided and become as venal and oppressive as the government from which we separated." I asked, and I'll ask this again, when government becomes venal and oppressive, to whom can the people turn for peace, safety, protection, and liberty?
The sheriff.
And why can't that happen? And why aren't we doing it? And I'm going to tell you, somebody else said this, probably as well as I have ever. And I was on his show about a year and a half ago, 2 years maybe, Lou Dobbs. And I don't know if any of you saw his show, but it's on YouTube if you want to go back and look at it. And he was really railing about the injustice that had happened right here. And he was railing, not on the federal government. He said, "I blame every elected official in the state of Oregon, starting with the governor."
Yeah.
I haven't heard her say anything to the federal government about leaving honest, law-abiding citizens alone in this state. Nor did I hear anybody say it from this county. Leave law-abiding citizens alone. Do you know what it's called when government leaves you alone? It's called liberty. That's how you define liberty, by how much government stays out of your life. And I was, you know what, I told some people back here, and I've talked about it with people who came with me. There's some people who came and met me in Arizona from Texas, who were traveling with me and helping me with this association, with this CSPOA. And I'm going to tell you right now, I want you to make that a household name, and it's because of one thing and one thing only. It has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with, and let me sidetrack this just a little bit. This morning, before I left for the airport, a Reverend Thomas came to see me for an early breakfast meeting at the airport, at the Sky Harbor Airport in Phoenix. So that's how my day started. a meeting with this reverend who came and he said, do you know that your CSPOA is the only peaceful and effective solution we have left in America? And I said, I know, because when people start looking for the truth of what we have left, as far as solutions and alternatives, this is the only one. And this is because we take back America, not in Washington, D.C., and not this farce of an election that's going on right now. And you know what this election is to me? Entertainment. That's it. Do you really think that voting for another Democrat or Republican in Washington, D.C. is going to change a damn thing there? It's not going to. Ted Cruz, if he gets elected, is not going to abolish the IRS. He's not. Okay? And I know Ted Cruz. I would consider him a friend. He's not going to do it. And anything that has anything to do with restoring liberty in this country is not going to happen in Washington, D.C. It's too bought and paid for, it's too corrupt, and it's too Washington, D.C. And they're not going to stop being Washington, D.C. So where do we have a solution? We take back America, my dear friends, county by county and state by state, one sheriff and one county at a time.
Amen.
And we do it. Okay? Now, let's see. Where'd everybody go? I came here with my son too. Jimmy, where are you? Oh, there he is. Okay. I want to make sure my bodyguard stays close by. But I've got emails and I can show, and texts. I can show you my text, but I don't want to have anybody make fun of me because I still have a flip phone. But I could show you that. Yeah, somebody else is smart like I am. Or just old like I am. But I got several texts from friends and others warning me not to come here. And that just made me want to come all the way.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome. And I'll tell you what, I had such a great time when we were here at that wonderful, beautiful rally. And what did the press just want to call that? A bunch of anti-government, right-wing extremist fanatics are marching from the Safeway parking lot up by the sheriff's office and up to the Hammond's home, where we laid roses and sang Amazing Grace. Boy, that's radical for you, isn't it? Boy, we gave the press